go to the mountaintops. Let's go see the mountains show off. Let's go see where angels learn to fly. Let's go on a high.
Fancy Pants, Curious George, and Fifi. I really have lost track of the days. Should have looked at my journal before I started this. I want to say it's like day 86 or 87. It could be even 88. I do know one thing though. It is my 44th wedding anniversary today. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary, big boy. Sorry, I'm not there to share it with you. March 28th. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick tour of the privy because I don't think I've showed you guys what a privy looks like. So, most of the shelters along the AT, not all of them, but most of them have what are known as privies. So the nice thing about a privy, even though they are kind of gross, is you can avoid having to dig a cat hole to do your business. And so this one, they're all different really. This one has a door on it. Not all of them have a door. Some of them you just kind of have to go in and take your chances. But anyways, this is how you do your thing. Let me lean my poles up against a tree. All right. There you have it. That's it. That is a privy AT style. Anyway, I know it seems kind of yucky, but like I said, it's better than having to dig a hole. So it is, I think 9:15-ish. Yeah, it's about 20 after 9. Ready to start hiking, have about 6 miles to go into the NOC, which stands for the Nantahala Outdoor Center. And that's where I'll be picked up by someone from Rambling Roots Hostel, where I'm going to be staying the next 4 nights. So I will check in later. It's time to get hiking. So just leaving the shelter site now. I don't know if you can see off in the distance, the air is really, really smoky. And that's from the wildfires that are going on. Kind of strange, although with the weather that's supposed to be coming in this weekend, Sunday and Monday, hopefully that'll quench the fires a little bit. But yeah, super smoky looking over there. Anyways, check in a bit. We are going uphill, but it's not going to last long. We have a big downhill going into the NOC. Just wanted to film a little bit of the trail right now. This is kind of neat. It's a ridge line of sorts that I'm walking, and I have to kind of look down, so hopefully the camera's pointing in the right direction. But yeah, I don't recall having walked something similar to this. All right, rocks here, folks. Okay. Beautiful views on either side. Like I said, the air is really hazy today from the wildfires. Anyways, I'll walk for a little bit. Had a great sleep last night in the shelter. Slept with the same 2 people, a couple, husband and wife, that are section hiking, as I did the night before. So it's always nice to see familiar faces on trail. Oh yeah, another wide open view here. Unbelievable. So pretty. So pretty. I'm surprised the smoke is doing what it is today because there's really no wind right now to speak of. I think it's supposed to be pretty warm today, like in the 70s. And I debated about putting my shorts on, but I thought, no, I'll just wait. Maybe I'll wear my shorts when I'm out and about in town later on today or tomorrow. We shall see. Anyways, about 6 miles today, and pretty soon I'm expecting it to start going downhill, but this is nice to walk on right here. Anyway. All right, I can't think of anything else that I want to talk about at the moment, so I'll cut this short and we'll definitely check in later with y'all if anything interesting pops up. So still on the descent down into the NOC, but this is something else. It literally drops off right over the edge there. I'm not gonna lie when I say I'm a little queasy, but it's okay. Unbelievable. And the trail is right down there. So yeah, obviously 2 hands on the poles going down here, but stunning. All right, so this blowdown, I just crawled over it, but prior to doing that, I took off my backpack, tossed my poles over, tossed the monkeys over, tossed my backpack over. When I tossed my backpack over, it bounced a little bit and rolled down the hill part way. And I think I lost one of my water bottles as well because I could hear it like just bouncing down the hillside. So now I have to figure out how to get down there and get that backpack. I don't care so much about the water bottle. I can replace that. I'm just hoping that nothing else fell out of my pack as it fell. I may have lost both water bottles for all I know. I don't even know. Anyways, I'm a bit perplexed at the moment. We'll figure it out. Well, yep, managed to get myself up. Another hiker by the name of Skittles came along and suggested grabbing onto that root thing, which was pretty strong, and I was able to pull myself up. There was no traction in that dirt on the hillside. I mean, it was just soft, crumbly dirt, so I had nothing to brace my feet on. But I am back up in one piece. Backpack is on, minus one water bottle. It went bouncing down the hillside somewhere. But hopefully I should be into town in about 4 miles. I can always get another one, not a big deal, but holy cow, what a tough blowdown. Skittles hopped over it, similar to what I did, except he did not take his pack off. But he was able to get his leg up and climb over like it was nothing. He's about 30 years younger than me, but anyway, we're okay, we're heading onward. This is another blowdown, but you can see just in front of it where there's a path that goes down the hillside and kind of around it. Fancy Pants and the Monkey Crew checking in. So we're about 8/10 of a mile out. The trail has settled down quite a bit. It's at least walkable without risking your life. Man, that was a tough descent. Probably the toughest descent on trail I've had so far. I'm going to turn the camera around and walk for just a minute. So, yeah, I mean, at some point there are steps and they're a bit of a stretch, but for the most part, compared to what we came down right after coming off the ridge. This is a walk in the park. So it's really warm out today. I don't know what the temp is. If I had to guess, I'd say it's in the mid-70s, but it feels hot. I could easily have worn shorts today. In fact, I'm sure my first shorts day will be coming up this week. All right, gotta keep walking, keep my eyes on the trail. Check in later. I wish I were better at identifying trees that are blooming, but we're getting closer to lower elevations. Things are really starting to pop. So I don't know what that whitish tree is. I don't know if it's dogwood or cherry blossom or what it is. From here, it's kind of hard to tell. Anyways, exciting nonetheless. And then look at these cute little pinkish flowers on the side of the hill here. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I'm definitely going to have to get an app of some kind to help identify what some of these are, because I'd love to know. Anywho, that's just my nerdy self coming through. So we have just about arrived. There is the Nantahala Outdoor Center right down there. There go my poles. And that river behind it is the Ocoee River, which I think one year they actually ran the Olympic, either the Olympic trials or the Olympic Games on this particular river. So kind of neat. I'm excited to go and see what's going on. And yeah. We'll be checking into the hospital pretty soon. Wildflower overload. Look at this. So cool. All right, a little bit of a closer up view. There's a welcome hiker sign. I think the tree over there is called a redbud. I'm just so excited about all these flowers. Yay! Anyways, time to go down and explore, see what's going on. Not gonna lie, when I say I got a little emotional when I saw this sign, it really kind of sunk in like, oh my gosh, I am doing this Georgia to Maine thing. Bookie from Rambling Roots Hostel came and picked me up at the NOC. I slack packed the next day and spent 3 days just relaxing.